this is Joe. It is August, and usually this is the time I start considering what I'm going to grow in my garden. Spring is beautiful to start a garden, but then it's heading towards the very hot weather that we're having here down south as it is now. But usually I prefer the cooler season, and August is the time I start considering what I'm going to grow. Here in zone 8 or 8B to be precise, there are quite a good selections of vegetables that we can grow, especially my favorite leafy vegetables and root vegetables. For the leafy vegetables, I have my bok choy or pak choy, Chinese cabbage, kale, and mustard greens, and definitely lettuces. I'm gonna have to do something about my lighting. I notice I'm overexposed here. If you bear with me, I will try and improve on my lightings, but I will also have several varieties of beets. I plan to or intend to plant lots of beets this year, and as well as radish. I don't really bother to plant a lot of carrots simply because I can buy lots of organic lettuce for a very, inexpensive prices. So I'm not worried about planting this and letting it take a lot of space in my garden. But radishes or daikon radish, as well as these beets get stuck in here, shouldn't be here. But anyway, beets and oh, okay. So I will also be trying to plant other things that we don't normally plant in the season. I will try to put a few beefsteak tomatoes out there and see how it will do. I know that I can grow a tomato in my greenhouse. We have done that before. I have managed to grow a tomato where it grows to almost like a tree, and I enjoyed the harvest of fresh picked tomato all winter long until the next spring. So I'm gonna try to grow some tomato this year as well. Okay, and I might start putting 3 or 4 papaya seedlings out there. I do have papaya in my greenhouse, which seems like it's been putting out flower, but I don't know how well it will do during the winter. But if I want to plant papaya next year for the spring 2023, I will have to start it now and just overwinter in my porch like I did last year. And if you remember, and if you have seen my videos regarding my papaya harvest, we have so much more than we can eat and share. So today I'm going to start my seeds. I'm gonna start planting seeds, and when I'm done doing that, I will let you know what they are. And I'm also going to try and improve on this lighting. It's very, very bright here. I'm overexposed, so I do need a much better lighting equipment, but this is what I have, and I had to make do. In this big bowl here, I have my pre-moistened seed starting mix, as you can see. And these are all the pots that I'm planning. I intend to put all of my beets in this tray, and then I have another tray to plant different kind of seeds or different type of vegetables. Okay, and these containers here, I'm going to plant my early wonder tall beets. This seems to be my favorite beets, although planting several varieties of beets, and Early Wonder and Bull's Blood tends to be my favorite among all of them. So this will contain all the Early Wonders right here. This will be the Detroit beets, and I have 3 rows of Bull's Blood. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what this packet contains. This packet here contains more seeds that I can plant right now, but I do succession planting. So I'm going to start with these containers, and once these are established in my garden, I will plant some of these directly to the soil. So it's a good idea to have a succession planting, to do succession planting. That way, while these are maturing, you will have some to look forward to that you can harvest later on in the season. And usually, especially if I plant some of these beets inside the greenhouse, they do very well overwintering, and I get to harvest some of these early in spring. So each pocket contains more than I need for now, but it's perfect because I'll be able to plant some directly to the soil. Okay, so let me start with my Early Wonder. I like to put at least 2 in each container, so that if one of the seed fail to germinate, then I will have another one to look forward to. Okay, so let me go ahead and continue planting, and once I'm done, I'll bring you back in. So we're in August, and we know that fall season is right around the corner. And here are the vegetables I intend to plant in my garden. We have the red Russian kale. Over here we have the dino kales. And we have tree-colored and tree kale here. And I have Napa cabbage or Chinese cabbage. So in this tray, those are the seeds planted. As you can see, the light is on simply because I'm videoing, but it's not time for me to leave the light on yet. I have my setup where all the lightings are ready for it when the seedlings needs them. But I will soon be turning it off soon as I'm done with my videoing, and I will not be turning it back on until the day when they start to germinate. That's usually like from 2 to 3 days. Yeah, 2 to 3 days I should start seeing some germination taking place. Now over here, this entire tray here that you see, this entire tray, with the exemption of a few little pots here, little cups, these are daikon radish, as you can see there. This will be the only pots here with the daikon radish planted, and then from here on the rest would be beets. And I have the Early Wonder, which tends to be my favorite beets, as I mentioned earlier. These are the Early Wonder, and I have the Detroit beets right there. I have the Bull's Blood beets, and these are the varieties of beets planted in this tray. And over here, away from my light source, but it's right here by the window, as you can see, by the window of my porch, I have 3 beefsteak tomato, which I'll try and see if I can manage to grow this. I might put at least 1 or 2 in a greenhouse and 1 to keep inside my porch for the winter. Now, I'm in zone 8 or 8B, so I did have managed to plant some tomatoes in my greenhouse in the past, my earlier years of gardening, and I was so happy to see it thrive and really put out a lot of fruits. And I was harvesting tomato during the winter, and I'm hoping to be able to do that again with these tomatoes in these 3 containers. I only have 6 cups of lettuces because there are several seeds in each cups, and I can easily divide them, so I will have more than what I need and even to share. Over here I have the bok choy. The bok choy in these cups. I have 8 cups of bok choys in this house. Bok choy is one among the favorite greens, and so each cup will contain multiple seeds, and I'll be able to divide them, the seedlings, and I'm sure I will have more than enough to share as well as consume for ourselves. So over here, there's a tray with lettuce and bok choy.